Thank you, Scotty, and full details of those reports in the Sunday Press out tomorrow morning. And next replay, Carlton and Richmond at Princes Park. Again, predictably, a good crowd saw the two teams. The Tigers, with a few scores to settle, they watched the medallions being presented after the grand final last year, and they had to go through it all again today when the premiership pennant was unfurled in front of the George Harris stand. And predictably, the first quarter was full of fireworks at Princes Park. That's where we joined the play, and with me in the commentary box, Lou Richards.
Left-hand pocket. 1983 VFL season is underway at Princes Park between the grand final teams of last year, Richmond and Carlton. As umpire James comes in to start proceedings, Lee underneath it, palms it down well. Lee's down, free kick as Waitman boots the ball clear. I wonder if that's a portent of things to come.
Well, actually penalised Richmond because they were well into attack with Waitman breaking away there, Pete.
Now he's away. Towering punt kick by Lee. Southbeat goes the punch. A little bit slippery down there. Chance for Taylor. Dool. Free kick going Carlton's way. It will be taken by Dool or Southby. Southby with the free in the back pocket. Austin. He was a late inclusion in the Carlton side. One of 5 players named on the bench. Jess. Now Jimmy Jess could really give us a good roost. Tremendous kick. Taylor at the back. They're hard to mark one-handed. Plenty of fumbling, but Austin, safe pair of hands. Can't get it clear. Austin, another chance. Mount. Palm it is. Bartlett slung. Palm was a late inclusion. Glascott. Oh, that was a high one. Free kick. Johnston could be downfield. Well, certainly a lively opening here at Princes Park as Dool was to take the free kick at centre-half back and a 15-metre penalty. I'd like to buy real estate from him. That's about 30. Maclure well underneath it. Sutton came out from goal. By gee, the tackling's solid here, and it will be a ball up at half-forward.
A ball up at half-forward, about 50 metres out from the Carlton goal. And of course, Palm, number 6, has replaced Williams in the selected side for the Tigers. Very big crowd here today, round about the 32,000 mark, I would say. And we should get a crackerjack game. Knocked out by Mark Lee, picked up by Maclure. The shot towards the goal, but an easy mark in defence by Sutton. Oh, by golly, they're going in pretty hard at the moment. Punched away by Sheldon. Out towards that half-back flank position. Coming in to meet it now is Waitman. The ball is out of bounds. Out of bounds on that half-forward line for Carlton. This time it's about 70 metres around from their goal. Palm, number 6 for Richmond, replacing Williams, number 9. Lee getting all the knockouts at the moment. Sheldon's kick is smothered. A mark here by Rawlings. Rawlings' kick is back towards... oh, that's a good mark taken there by Emmett Dunn. Emmett Dunn decides to play on. Looking up there for Taylor. He's on his own. He's got it. Got away from Southby, and this fella's got a ton of potential. And, of course, been troubled badly with a knee injury. As you can see, the right knee is heavily bandaged today, and there was some doubt that this guy would be playing. But he's out there now with a chance to score Richmond's first goal. There's the kick by Taylor. And that comes around nicely for the first score of the match. Richmond 1 goal, 6 points. To Carlton yet to score.
Well, no doubt about the way Taylor kicked that and took the mark, and he seems to be moving fairly freely, despite the knee very heavily strapped. He didn't play in last year's grand final. That caused a lot of comment. Despite that fact, his pre-season form of late has been fairly good, and last week in a practice match, in fact, he kicked 6 goals. So Taylor in fairly good form. At the centre bounce, it's Mark Lee with Scott Howe. Richmond leading by 1 goal here at Princes Park, kicking with the assistance of a slight breeze. The tap out is to Howe. Oh, Mayland went down. The old throat chop.
There's Maclure and Lee having a bit of a bash up there together.
And it was Rioli and Ashman having a little bit of a disagreement as well. So the tackling solid. Certainly a few scores to settle after the last Saturday in September. Mayland, kick dropping a little bit short. Maclure late in the scene, but there's a fine mark brought in for Carlton by Hunter.
I think Hunter may be playing down there on the forward line today, Peter.
That was a very, very good mark. He showed much better judgment than his teammate Mark Maclure. And Kenny Hunter has a chance to bring up Carlton's first goal, in fact their first score. 35 metres out. Kick looks okay. 1 goal, scores a level. Well, 2 good marks, resulting in 2 good goals. First of all by Taylor of Richmond, and then Ken Hunter of Carlton putting that one through. He was a little bit closer in, certainly, but it was a fine mark and deserved the full result.
Well, Hunter's played most of his football as a defender, but I think he's gone back. He must have come right up the ground for that goal.
Scores a level at the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. Some torrid tackling in the grand final replay. Howell and Lee. Lee wins out. Hunter again. Can't get rid of it. Glasgow. Oh, Hartney. He's laid out. Jess going in solidly. Jep. Rawlings, the captain. Egan fumbles. Wakeman comes in for a little bit of an assistance. Can't get rid of the ball. Umpire James.
A ball up round about the centre field area. Scores dead level, a goal apiece. And it's pretty tough, this opening match, the replay of the grand final of 1982. Oh, Waitman's down, but still gets his kick, and a mark taken by the old man himself. Kevin Bartlett there at half forward. Goes for the kick, looking there for Taylor. Southby comes in, but Taylor's got a chance to score another one. A snapshot for goal, and he's done it again. That's 2 goals to Taylor. And by golly, looks a big threat. So the score is Richmond 2 goals, 12 points. The Carlton 1 goal, 6 points.
As you saw, a very torrid opening in the first few minutes of the game, and at quarter time Richmond held a narrow lead. They led by 3 points, and Carlton a narrow lead at half time, the Blues having an advantage of 8 points. Carlton coach David Parkin made a very interesting move going into the start of the third quarter. He put Mark Buckley at full forward. That's where we pick up play, the third quarter, the replay of last year's grand final from Princes Park.
The third quarter now beginning at Princes Park, with Richmond trailing 46 points to 54 as umpire Glenn James comes in to start proceedings. Very good crowd in attendance here. Knocked away again by Mark Lee. He's done well in that department today. Rawlings. Sartori overruns the ball, and the chance is again for Rawlings to get rid of it. Rioli high towards the Richmond centre half forward position. Underneath it is done. McConville at the back. Glasgow looks for Malin, who's well shepherded by Ashman. Malin's short pass up towards centre field, and Marcou chips in. Short again from Carlton. Looking for Johnston. Shan's done a good job on him today, though, but Johnston thought about playing on, but he's almost within kicking distance. Johnston about 60 metres out. Tries for the short pass. Mark Buckley, wearing a different Guernsey this year, number 10. I think from memory last year, and in seasons past it was 55 or thereabouts. Buckley about 40 metres out. That's a good goal from Buckley. His first for the afternoon, and Carlton get off to a very good start in the third quarter. And the scores now in Sevens Big League show a difference of 26 points, 14 points, 9-6-60 to 7-4-46.
And that goal coming at the minute and a half mark of the third quarter. So, as Pete said, a good start for the Blues. And Richmond need to get a spurt on now, kicking with the breeze in this third quarter.
Sevens Big League, 62-46 in favour of Carlton.
Mark Lee got the knockdown, but Marlin doing a great job, well on top of Rioli. The ball goes back there. 2 Richmond players, Clash Egan and Sutton finally kicked up there towards the full forward position. Is it going now? It might be a free kick. No, the umpire says play on.
No,
he's found the free kick.
Free to Carlton.
Going to go to Carlton, is it?
Yep.
Oh, well, I don't know who he picked that one. It probably was hanging on to the arm, the Richmond defender, and of course Buckley's got a chance to kick his second goal in this quarter, and we haven't played over 2 minutes yet, so this is a great start for the Blues. We see well, we just can't see what really happened, but this will give Buckley a chance for goal number 2 for the quarter, and this won't help the confidence of the Tigers at all. There's the kick. He's threaded that one through for a goal. So it's Richmond 7-4-46 to Carlton 10-6-66.
Well, 20 points the difference now. Those two quick goals have got Carlton off to a great start in this term, and the Richmond runner is having a lot of running to do at the moment. Let's take a look at that again. Well, I thought Jep fell over, or was he being hung to? The umpire's closer. From that angle, I would say he fell over, but we've been wrong before. 20 points the difference now as umpire James puts the ball down. 66-46 in favour of Carlton. Lee, wide of Johnston, picked up by Glascott though for Carlton. In front is Marcou. Short again. Carlton small brigade running everywhere, and chipping in is Sheldon. And a slight disagreement between Shand and Mark Buckley. Nothing in that. The umpire having a few words to say though.
There's a free kick here, Pete, and it will go to Richmond.
Well, what was that for?
Well, interference to Martin, I would say.
Well, he's got the free left half-back flank. We didn't know what to do there. Put Kane under all sorts of pressure. Oh, Buckley got one right around the ear. Evening up was Malin. Is he taking it off him?
Yes.
He is. Well, the umpire's right on top, and a 15-metre penalty. So Rawlings takes the free kick and another 15-metre penalty. This will bring him right up to centre field. Umpire Glenn James letting the players know who's in charge, and the Richmond skipper now to put his side into attack for the first time in this quarter. Hunter, oh, gets a heavy one. Play on was the call. It was a fair bump, so the umpires. A chance for Richmond score here. Roach gets one too high from Dool. Players allowed to continue. A snapshot this time is true, and he's put it through for a goal.
Talk about making hard work of that. About 5 goes to get that goal right, but finally succeeded.
Strength won through, I think. Lou 10-6-66 to 8-4-52.
And Hunter came down with a pretty heavy thud, but he seems to be okay.
Let's look at that again. As you mentioned correctly, he had plenty of chances. One. And finally, on this one, making no mistake, Roach his first goal for the afternoon, and certainly a badly needed one for Richmond. Mark Lee in the ruck with Brown. 66-52 now at Princes Park.
14 points the difference in favour of Carlton. Mark Lee again, not a good knockout that time. Finally it comes down to Rioli. Hasn't had a great day, but he gets it clear this time out wide. Going after is McConville. He'll win the race for the ball. It bounces right for him down there at half back. A bad kick smothered by Rioli. He's got to get up and get clear. Now he's right. This might be a better quarter for him. I hope so for Richmond's sake. Goes for a pass looking there, but not a good one. Finally in comes Kane, and the ball is finally forced out of bounds on Richmond's half-forward line, about 50 metres around from their goal. And they're trailing by 14 points at the moment into this third quarter. Ball knocked out by Dool. A good one over there to Austin, one of Carlton's very good players today. Oh, nearly a free kick to Shand, but the umpire didn't spot that. Picked up by Story off the top of the back. Driven down there towards Taylor and Reid. Taylor got under that. This allows Reid to take the mark. Reid had a bit of a lapse of concentration in that second quarter, allowing Taylor to get 2 goals. A good mark there to Johnston again. Shand had been doing a very good job, but Johnston's looking better this quarter. A hand pass coming out to Malin. Malin's clear. Drives the ball over the Carlton half-forward line. Sutton and Buckley. That's Buckley getting a hand pass out there to Marcou. The ball up there towards Sheldon. He's got the mark. Sheldon's right on the forward pocket, the boundary line there, about 5 metres out from goal. Could easily kick this one. At the moment, the Tigers in the hot seat, trailing by 14 points. Runs around, straightens himself up, and he's kicked a point. So it's 1 point to Carlton score. They go to 10-7-67 to Richmond 8-4-52. Now the Richmond backline is a little bit disorganised.
Well, Sutton's been moved back to full-back on Mark Buckley. Jep started the quarter there, and he's been moved out just about 30 seconds ago by coach Francis Burke.
There's the kick by Sutton out there looking for Dunn. Dool goes the punch. Finally a hand pass from Kane, picked up by Rioli. A hand pass out wide. This is Egan breaking clear now. Going to go for a run, but he better get rid of it because Dool's hanging around there. Finally the ball is kicked up to centre half forward. Wiley in front, and a good mark. Quickly plays on away from Hart, and he goes for a pass looking for Taylor. He's got it. And Taylor has already kicked 4 goals, and Reid can't afford to let this guy get away from him, because he did in the second quarter, and he kicked 2 goals, and Southby did likewise in the first quarter. Had to be shifted, and he kicked 2 goals in that quarter. So he's going for goal number 5, Taylor. There's the kick. That came around nicely for another goal to the Tigers. So it's 10-7, 67 Carlton to Richmond 9-4, 58.
A good safe mark on the chest. 10-7 to 9-4. Seven's big lead from Princes Park. Wakeman chips in, takes the ball from the centre circle. Southby goes the punch. Gets it away from Roach. Could have almost been construed as a free kick, but umpire Rohan Saws has elected on the bounce, which will take place only about 35 metres out from goal. Richmond in attack. Knocked down by Southby. Picked up by Sarah. Reid and Taylor. Is that a behind or out of bounds? I think it's the latter. A real chance for a Richmond score. Now Sarah's limping. Well, Bartlett's already off. He might come back on. Knocked down by Southby. To no one in particular. Eventually it's Ashman. Caught. Or is he over the line?
Now holding the ball against him.
Yes. Put his head right into it. So Ashman in trouble for giving away the free kick, and Sarah has some sort of a knee problem.
I'll tell you what, Ashman will have a headache for about a fortnight.
Now Wiley is right on the line. Runs around. Play on. That's close, but not close enough. And through for 1 behind to the Tigers. And he too seems to be in a bit of bother, limping, so not good news for Richmond. 10-7 to 9-5, 67 to 59. Reid. Austin made that look easy. Short to left half forward. Kane goes the spoil, gets it down, or intended to get it down to Jess, who comes out of it one-handed, miraculously, to Shan from centre half back. Over the top, Glascott recovers well. Assisted by McConville, who put in the heavy work. Harms has been fairly quiet today, but what he has done has been useful. Across the ground he goes, looking for Malin, who makes position well in front of Roach. Plays on. High towards full forward, looking for Maclure. Knocked away by Jess. Waitman's there, takes it away well, and the short pass is wide, out towards big Mark Lee.
Good safe mark by Mark Lee, and a good pass from Waitman. The ball kicked across there to centre field. Rioli on his own. He'll get away and go for a break. He'll look for Taylor. He's gone for a hand pass over to no, it's not a good one. Back there it goes to Rioli. Another hand pass to Sarah. It could be a goal coming up. It is, or has he missed it?
Oh.
He missed it. Oh, and down he goes. He's had trouble with that leg. He could be getting a free kick. Let's see what's happening. I think he might get a free kick. Luck's a fortune there, but he doesn't look too good to me, Sarah.
Somebody else might take it. Dewar was down too, Lou. Didn't appear to be a very heavy collision. They don't from up here, of course, but
could be coming off the trainer waving. He doesn't
take a look at it again.
We'll see him.
He was limping before, of course.
That's right. And what's the free kick for?
Well, after he kicked it, Lou, look.
Well, he may have got
too
him
high.
a bit high with the forearm too, across the neck. Now Sarah in a bit of bother here with this leg, whether he can kick this goal. And the Tigers badly needing one at the moment. Oh, he's missed it. So opportunity didn't knock twice for him there. So it's 10-7, 67 Carlton to Richmond 9-6, 60, and we're about 11 and a half minutes into this third quarter. The ball back into play again. Over there's a chance for Rioli, doing a lot better this quarter. A hand pass coming back to Mervyn Kane. The ball driven up there towards Waitman, but he got under that one. And a good mark there to Hartney. A quick hand pass coming over to Southby at half back. Ball out there to Hunter again. He won't drop this one. My golly, what a player this fellow is.
He doesn't drop any.
Great player. Giving a hand pass quickly over to Malin. Malin's kick is across to centre half forward. Chance for Roach to mark, and he does. Johnston coming a bit late on the scene. So Roach should go for the long kick, but he hasn't. He's given a hand pass there to Rawlings, who drives the ball out towards the centre wing position. Wiley coming in to meet it. The bounce the wrong way to Marcou. Back to Harms. Back to Marcou again. Could go down here. Oh, he copped one of beauty on the head. The umpire said play on. Finally, it's back to Harms. A short pass coming out, but there's Shand in the way. Fumbles the mark, but recovers well for a young fellow. And the ball kicked wide out towards the wing position. Dill coming in to meet it now. Gets it on the first top. A hand pass back there to Maclure. Maclure waiting to looking for somebody to pass the ball to. He's found him. And there's a good mark to Ashman down there at half forward for Carlton, about 65 metres out from goal.
Ashman with a torpedo punt kick. The mark to Buckley. He's kicked 2 goals this quarter already. A little bit taller than his namesake Jimmy Buckley here at Carlton, and a good grab.
He's been sitting on the bench incidentally all day, Jimmy Buckley, Peter.
Well, it's not a bad sort of a guy to have sitting on the bench. So Sutton, who seemed to be moved away from fullback at the start of the quarter. Jeff went there. Buckley kicked 2 goals. Sutton's back there. Can Buckley make it 3 for the term? He has. So a fine goal to Mark Buckley. 3 goals, all kicked in this quarter. Carlton 11-7-73. Richmond 9-6-60.
Sunday afternoon, Seven's live coverage of the 1983 football season continues as we take you to the Sydney Cricket Ground for the battle between the Swans and Essendon. Can the Bombers prove their might, or will the Swans shake off that pre-season doom that surrounds them? Catch the clash live with Peter Landy, Lou Richards and Bob Skilton this Sunday at 2 o'clock on 7.
So Carlton, after leading by 8 points at half-time, increased that to 18 points at three-quarter time. They kicked 5 goals during the third quarter, all of them by Mark Buckley, who had been shifted to full forward. A splendid effort indeed. Could Richmond come back in the final term? We pick up play now at the 22.5-minute mark of the final quarter from Carlton.
Kicked 2 on Southby in the first quarter. Knocked out by Abdul, over to Marcou. I think that's 100 kicks he's had for the match today. Finally it comes back to Brown. Good hand pass out for Johnston. His own. This will be a long left footer down there towards Mark Buckley. He's got the mark. He's broken clear, going for a hand pass. Good unselfish play over to Sheldon on his own. And he's had a pop shot over there to the Ashman. Another goal to come. That's goal number 3, and the Blues streaking away. 17-14, 116 to Richmond 11-10-76. What a bath they're giving him at the moment.
Running right away from them. We mentioned earlier in this quarter that Richmond were looking a very ragged combination, and Carlton certainly driving the nail right into the coffin here. Johnston, he's come into his own late in the match. And a lot of attention from Shandui. Watch this one that Buckley gets too. But it was all football from Carlton. Richmond went the man, and Carlton have come right away.
What? Waitman off the ground and Lee replaced. And that's from the sublime to the ridiculous, Pete.
That's right. Well, Waitman hasn't done too much. 17-14 to 11-10 on Seven's big league. A runaway win for Carlton, as we said, coming up there in great form at the moment. So practice match form once again doesn't mean a thing. The Blues were very disappointing insofar as the results were concerned. It didn't worry coach David Parkin, and he was correct in that. And what a move he made in putting Mark Buckley to full forward. Knocked away by Howe. Strawn. Back to Harms. Mervyn Kane finally getting the boot to ball. Right half forward. Done. Well tackled by McConville. Austin. Short one. Missed by Wiley. Kane again with the chance. Intercepting. Back to Sheldon. Johnston. He's cut loose in the final term. Short pass down towards Brown. Can't take the mark. Howe comes in to assist him. Likewise, it's Buckley again. High towards full forward, looking for Mark Buckley, who's got it. Another one coming up to Buckley. Through it goes. That's 6 goals to Mark Buckley, all kicked after half-time. It's a hiding at Princes Park. 18-14, 122 to 11-10-76, and there's a Carlton player out flat on the ground.
I think it's Harms, Peter. By God, that was a great mark taken. That's time by Buckley. What a game this fellow's played. Running away from the ball and quick off the mark. That's good anticipation, an easy goal. Harms still in plenty of trouble there.
What happened? I didn't see what happened to Wayne Harms, but he's not in very good condition at the moment. If the stretcher comes out, it will mean, of course, that play will be halted until it is off the field, and Wayne Harms got a very heavy knock, and as I said, I didn't see what happened.
Looks as though it could be his leg, Pete.
The play will be held up here for quite some few minutes. You didn't see what happened, Lou?
No, I didn't. Well, we were watching the play. That's when right. Buckley took that mark. I don't think there was anything behind play. I think he may have landed heavily when he went.
Well, let's watch Harms, number 37. Now, he got one on the back of the neck there. Was that the one that caused the problem? Let's see if anything else happens. Now, he goes down. Maybe that was the one, Lou.
Maybe, but
yes, one on the back of the head. And Wayne Harms being carried from the ground. I think it would be severe concussion.
Well, I don't know, Pete. There's a towel on his leg there. He may have twisted his leg when he went to the ground when he spun around that time. You watch this.
Let's watch it again.
He spins around. Look, now it could be his knee around about that area because he's got his left.
He clutched down there, did he? Anyway, we'll certainly
you see the towel stuck there on his leg. I don't know whether it's leg. It'd probably have an ice pack on there, I should imagine. Well, they've left the towel could be at the side of the stretcher.
Well, who knows?
That's right.
We'll find out later on. Captain of Carlton, Mike Fitzpatrick, of course, a little bit concerned with the injury to Wayne Harms. Now, a new ball was brought out. It's being rejected by umpire Glenn James. Must have been a little bit flat. So they know the feeling. I guess Richmond players know the feeling at the moment. And that's the way they're playing. And as I said, the match held up for some few moments while the stretch was on the ground, of course. And the St John's ambulance people helping the trainers in that regard. The stretcher goes up the race and play continues. Bad luck for Wayne Harms. Let's hope it's not too serious. Ball will be bounced in the centre. 122 to 76 the score. Knocked down by Lee, picked up by Wiley. Out towards the point of the square. Hunter's there. Sartori to Jimmy Buckley. Crashes his way through. Over to Southby. Brown. Brown is within kicking distance. A good kick would just about see it through. About 45 to 50 metres out from goal. That's the shot from behind the goal. So we'll get a good idea if this one's accurate or not. Brown's shot is just about there. In fact, it's through. That will be his first goal for the afternoon. And Carlton, need we say it, go further ahead. 19-14, 128 to Richmond 11-10, 76.
I tell you what,
Sevens Big League is part of the Holden Premiership season.
And the replay of the grand final, seeing Carlton come right away in the final term, kicking 7 goals 9, and Richmond adding only 1 goal 1. The Blues certainly finishing full of running. The statistics on the match, Carlton far and above the better side insofar as kicks concerned, and look at the difference in the handballs, 130 to 70, nearly double insofar as Carlton were concerned. Richmond did well in the ruck, 38 hitouts to 34, with big Mark Lee, one of their best players on the ground today. The leading goal kickers after today's matches, Michael Moncrief of Hawthorn on top. He finished up with 7 goals. From Taylor of Richmond and Mark Buckley of Carlton, they both got 6. Quinlan got 5 for Fitzroy. Likewise, Mark Wiedemann for Collingwood. You're watching Sevens Big League. Back in just a moment with our final match for replay from the Junction Oval. Welcome back to Sevens Big League. Let's take a check now on the league ladder, which is brought to you with the compliments of Arnott, who are awarding $1,000 or $5,000 to the team that tops the list at the end of the home and away series. $5,000, and the 5 winning teams listed in order of percentage: Carlton, Geelong, Hawthorn, North Melbourne and Collingwood. The 5 losing teams today: Melbourne, St Kilda, Fitzroy, Footscray and Richmond. And of course the round to be completed tomorrow when the clash takes place at the Sydney Cricket Ground between Essendon and the Swans. And you'll see that exclusively on the 7 network, 5 minutes past 2, straight after World of Sport. Next match in the Sterling Cup on Tuesday night is between North Melbourne and Melbourne. Match time is 8:30. North Melbourne and Melbourne, the Demons and the Kangaroos, on Tuesday, again exclusive to 7 Sport. Round 2 is a split round, Easter weekend coming up. We have 3 matches on the Saturday and again 3 matches on the Monday. On Saturday, Collingwood and Geelong, Footscray and Carlton, Richmond and Melbourne. And on Easter Monday, North Melbourne to take on Fitzroy, Essendon to play St Kilda and Hawthorn to play the Swans. So a split round next week. Carlton heading the league ladder tonight after their big win today over Richmond at Princes Park. Don't forget, on World of Sport tomorrow, all the regular features, including the football panel, and of course for Channel 7 viewers, don't forget our coverage of the big Herald SIO Marathon from Olympic Park. Our coverage commencing at 7:15 for the early birds tomorrow. 7:15, the coverage of the marathon. Hope you can join us then, and of course for the football later on during the day from the SCG. Until tomorrow, Peter Landy on behalf of our commentary team saying a very good night to you all from all at 7 Sport.
Tonight's big replay is presented as part of the Holden Premiership season. Carlton and United Breweries and Rank Arena were pleased to have brought you Sevens Big League.
Kickers back towards, that's a good mark. Taken there by Emmett Dunn. Emmett Dunn decides to play on, looking up there for Taylor. He's on his own, he's got it. Got away from Southby, and this fellow's got a ton of potential. Chance to score Richmond's first goal. There's the kick by Taylor. And that comes around nicely for the first score. Richmond 1 goal, 6 points. To Carlton of 1982. Oh, Waitman's down, but still gets his kick, and a mark taken by the old man himself. Kevin Bartlett there at half forward. Goes for the kick, looking there for Taylor. Southby comes in, but Taylor's got a chance to score another one. A snapshot for goal, and he's done it again. That's 2 goals to Taylor. And by golly, looks a big threat. So the score is Richmond 2 goals, 12 points. To Carlton 1 goal, 6 points. And of course, the centre half forward for the ruck, Pete.
There he is again. Austin certainly doesn't seem ill-advantaged by that bandage on his leg. Bartlett takes it from Martin. Dropping a little bit short. Wiley traps it well. Snapshot at goal. This looks better. All clear, is it, for 1 goal? I think it is. It will be a goal to Richmond. Wiley, after a couple of misses, has put through his first goal, and the score, the Richmond goal, at another chance for a Tiger score. Wiley's hand pass to Waitman. He'll shoot at goal. Off target. Reed's in front. At the back is Taylor. Taylor has kicked 2 goals, 1 on the run, 1 resulting from a mark a lot further out than he is now.
For the long kick. Well, we must say that the umpires are consistent at the moment. The ball goes well down there. Taylor trying to get a position. Reed will go for the punch, which is successful. Wiley goes for a grab here. Snapshot for goal. He's on target. It's a goal.
Number 2.
2 goals to Wiley, and Richmond have hit the front again. So Richmond 4-3-27 to Carlton 4 goals 24.
Number 8.
Free kick.
Is that 8 free kicks, is it?
Yes.
Goodness me. Southby from behind tries to knock it away from Roach. McConville well caught by Rioli. That's holding the ball. Quiet first quarter by Rioli. He'll do better. Looking for Bartlett, who marks. Speaking of quiet though, Bartlett didn't have a very good first term. Only 3 kicks, so this will be number 4. Bartlett kicking for the grandstand in goal at about 40 metres from goal. That's close. In fact, judging by the silence behind the goals, it's true. So Kevin Bartlett brings up his first goal for the match, and Richmond's 5th. And the score.
Well, up for that one before acceptance. It's finally a long kick up there to looking for Dunn. Dunn in position, and that's a good grab too. Dunn would be about 45 metres out from goal, directly in front, and Dunn yet to score a goal. Across to centre field. Knocked out nice, little big Marcou. He's got a running shot. He's going to go for a pass. It'll be all right. Taylor on his own for goal number 3, and he's done that. Yes, goal number 3. I thought it might have hit the post. But Carlton 8 goals, 4-52 to Richmond, 6-4, 40, and they badly did that.
To centre field, looking for and finding Malin, who plays on. Taylor late on the scene. Sheldon on the wing. Picked up by Martin. To Taylor on his own. Oh, spilt it. Can he make amends? Brian Taylor shooting for goal number 4 and has put it through. Well, Taylor very quickly making amends after spilling what seemed to us the easiest of marks. They're all easy from up here, of course. And Carlton now 8 goals, 4-52. Richmond 6 points behind, 7-4, 46.
Well, Reed's gone.
And the Richmond skipper now to put his side into attack for the first time in this quarter. Hunter, oh, gets a heavy one. Play on was the call. It was a fair bump, so the umpires. A chance for Richmond score here. Roach gets one too high from Dool. Players allowed to continue. A snapshot this time is true, and he's put it through for a goal.
Talk about making hard work. That had about 5 goes to get that goal right, but finally succeeded.
Strength won through, I think. Lou 10-6-66 to 8-4-52.
And Hunter came down with a pretty heavy thud, but he seems to be... Finally a hand pass from Kane, picked up by Rioli. A hand pass out wide. This is Egan breaking clear now. Going to go for a run, but he better get rid of it because Dill's hanging around there. Front of the ball is kicked up to centre half forward. Wiley in front and a good mark. Quickly plays on away from Hart, and he goes for a pass looking for Taylor. He's got it. And Taylor has already kicked 4 goals for goal number 5, Taylor. There's the kick. That came around nicely for another goal to the Tigers. So it's 10-7, 67. Carlton, Richmond 9-4, 58.
Well, Taylor doesn't seem to move fast, but he leads well, makes good use of the body, and importantly, his kicks are generally accurate. He's only missed us, I think, 1 today. Let's look at that again, and you'll see Taylor leading out well from this pass from Robert Wiley.
So every time Richmond do something to their advantage. The ball back out there towards Roach. Got up too early. Couldn't hold the mark. He's trying to claim it. The umpire's paying. I don't think it may have hit the ground. I wonder if that did hit the ground. Back to Hunter. 2 of the best players on the ground for the Carlton side, and the best players on the ground for both teams. Is that there? Jimmy Jess. And what a mark to Jimmy Jess. That's jumping Jim at his best. Kicked by
Tim Jess. The ghost again. The half forward. Sarah well underneath it. So too is his opponent. Austin backing up. Looks for and can't find McConville. Austin again, still with the ball. Held it for a week. Umpire James right on this one. And the free kick will go to Paul Sarah. Austin in a little bit of difficulty. Has been a very good player for Carlton today. Sarah directly in front, 15 metres out. Couldn't possibly miss. And hasn't. So a badly needed goal for Richmond. Again looking in trouble, Sarah. Carlton 11-7, 73. Richmond 10-8, 68. 82. And opening the season here in 83. Austin's kick up to Carlton's half-forward line. Egan, good solid grab. Decides to keep the ball moving. Sartori in front of Hunter.
The third quarter. Reed with the ball back into play for Carlton. Hunter in front. He should grab this if I know Hunter. No, that's Jimmy Jess coming right over the top of the pack. And our jumping Jimmy Jess would be about 55 metres out from goal.
He could kick this, Luke.
No worries in the world. Now it's a matter of action, actually, that time. Oh, that kick finally hit the umpire on the face. Finally, the umpire said dropping the ball, and it'll go a free kick against Carlton. It'll go to Waitman. Hit him right in the mouth, umpire saws. Oh, Waitman too slow. Gets a hand pass over to Palm as a running shot for goal, but it won't make the distance. Taylor at the back. Couldn't hold that. Oh, he might have got that. He's paying it. It was a good mark by Taylor. And Taylor at this stage of the match has kicked 5 goals. So that's not a bad effort kicking this goal. He's 6 for the match. And boy, do the Tigers badly need a goal at the moment. 10-9 to Carlton, 15-14. There's the kick by Taylor. And there's no doubt about it. It's a goal. So we see the scoreboard changing in favour of Richmond. 15-14, 104 Carlton to Richmond, 11-9, 75.
And Richmond